right.
You want me to record or?
We're good to go.
Oh, we're good to go. Please ask host to give you permission to record. Can I have permission?
Well, it'll mess up our live stream if you.
Okay, then leave it alone. Okay.
Here we are. We're live.
We are live, ladies and
Action.
gentlemen. When we say live, what do we mean? Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, all the way live. Yeah.
Way live.
Well, Twitter is now Periscope, right?
Yeah.
Or Periscope is now Twitter. Which is it? I'm not sure.
No, they got rid of Periscope.
Okay, so it's now Twitter. So we're there. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and several places, and YouTube, and that's it today.
Yeah, when you broadcast, you're like on 20 different, things, aren't you?
I was, but I dropped a few of them because I wasn't really making any headway on a couple of them, like Africa TV and Asia TV.
Okay.
I was like, I don't even know if they speak my language. I don't know if you guys speak my language.
We speak the language of making money, working from home, good coffee, clean bathrooms. I posted an article today that I totally disagreed. It was in the Atlantic magazine, how this genius reporter thought that going back to the office and commuting is coming back, or it's going to be back. And then the Wall Street Journal today had an article that some of the top investment firms are saying, no, we want you back in the office. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a backlash from the younger people. I think a lot of people want to stay at home. I do. I've been at home for 30 years.
Yeah.
My wife keeps going, when are you leaving?
I do not.
Oh, okay. There we go. Everybody's there.
You Brian, never give me a chance to miss you.
Light on your face there, man. You're shiny. That is bright. Look at that. Anyway, hi, Jason. How's my buddy?
Hey, Claude. Good to see you.
Good. Victor has retired to Century Village in East Bumble, Florida. So Justin called me. I'm kidding. Victor does a great job, but for some reason he couldn't do it today. He had some other obligations. So Justin asked me to take over, and I just want to do some role plays today. In fact, I have a whole sheet here of all different kinds of role plays. And maybe you guys want to throw what is your toughest role play? I mean, when we're interacting with people, and I think that's how we make money. Okay, something's on. What's the perfect answer when they give us those stalls, those objections, all those different conflicting things? Sometimes we're deer in the headlight, aren't we? And oh shoot, what am I going to say next? I never thought he'd ask me. They didn't teach me that part in the seminar. Oh my God, he said, I'll think about it. I got to talk to my spouse, something like that. What do I do now? And there's ways, for those of you who read my Guts system, Guts is about psychology, human behavior. What's the right answer at the right time to keep them interested, keep them interactive, keep that conversation going, that mojo going, and Justin is very successful because he knows how to talk to people. I run a successful business working from a kitchen table. All I do is talk to people all day long, but it's saying the right thing at the right time and understanding what to say and how to say it, which makes the difference between just getting a lot of I'll think about it or going to the bank. When do we want to make money? Today. Why are we in business? Today, baby. How much fun is it when you make a sale and you get paid? How much fun is that? I'm 2 feet above the ground. I think that's one of the best feelings in the world. When you made a sale, when you get a contract, when you get a check, a wire transfer, how good does that feel?
It's awesome.
Boy, what are you guys drinking? Decaf today?
Second best feeling in the world.
Oh, second. Thank you. I've heard that before. Thank you.
It's always good to get paid.
Absolutely. So what's the and you folks, Tiara, Mohammed, Kevin, Jerry, this is called Guts. Turn on that video. No wardrobe malfunctions are allowed. Don't worry. We won't look if it did happen. There he is, handsome young man, Mohammed. There he goes. I'll let you guys start. I've got a whole screen share here. I'll show you. I made up a whole bunch of objections and crazy things that prospects say all the time. Let's start with you guys though. Does anyone have an objection that's just driving you crazy and you think there's a better way to handle it?
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's yeah? Ben?
Yeah. I offer one of the other businesses other than real estate is a service business. And the objection is this is the objection. I don't know exactly how much this is going to cost. How long is this going to take? What exactly are you guys going to do?
Well, it's a lot of questions. So those are 3 different questions. Can I call you Ben, by the way?
Absolutely.
So thank you. I feel real comfortable with. By the way, what was that move I just did? Very important move.
Permission and stroke.
That's a stroke. What happens when you say to somebody, it's a very California thing. California, everybody uses first names for some reason. When I was back east in New York and New Jersey, it was always Mr. I'm in the South right now. I'm in Pinehurst, North Carolina. This is where golfers go to die after they pay $500 a round to golf. I'm not kidding. Any golfers in the room? No? This is golf heaven here. Anyway, I stroke and I nurture people. So one of those little subtle things, can I call you by your first name? Here in the South, they might call you by your first name, put Mr. or Mrs. first. It's kind of interesting, different parts of the country. People here, I say, no, call me Claude, and they call me Mr. Claude, not Claude. It's kind of interesting, a little thing I wanted to share with you guys. So what is, so I give that little stroke, go back into it, Ben. Ben, out of those 3 things, what's the most important to you right now, if we had to put it in order?
I don't want to be taken to the cleaners.
I don't know what you mean, taken to the cleaners. What's that?
Well,
mean?
There's quite a bit of work to do here, agreed, but we don't, you're telling me that it may be 3 months, it might be 4 months, depending.
Did I say that? I didn't know I said that already. Okay, you're putting new stuff in there. Oh, you're making this tough, aren't you? Good man. What would you prefer? Let me ask you something. 3 months or 6 months? On a 1 through 10, how urgent is this?
Well, I guess the urgency is, we do have to get going, that's for sure.
So if you had a choice, so 3 months would 3 months, if I'm not making that promise right now, but if you found someone who could solve your problem in 3 months, would that be sufficient for you to consider making a commitment today?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
Yes. If I could find someone who could quite possibly do it in the next 90 days, we get moving. We definitely need to get moving. That's what brings us
90 days. But if someone could do it in 30 to 45 days, that wouldn't be better, would it?
That would be amazing.
Which means?
Does that happen? Is that possible?
Wow, you're putting me under a lot of pressure right now. If I call up my boss and I ask a favor of him, I want to earn your trust in business. We've never done business before. If I call up my boss right now and tell him I have Mr. Jasso on the phone, and could we expedite this to at least instead of the usual 90 to 120 days, get this project done in 45 days? You wouldn't be able to make that commitment right now, would you?
Yes, I would.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Let me call up my boss. Now, off the role play. I know damn well my boss is going to say yes. Why am I building up so much drama here?
To trigger reciprocity.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I can do this, would you do me a small favor and do the other? And then next thing you know, you get a commitment.
Oh, yeah. And you make a phone call or you say, I'll get right back to you. Hi, boss. I've got Mr. Jasso on the phone here. Yeah. We've never done business. He's got a real, I know. It's 120 days. I know. Well, listen, this is a good guy. And he wants to know if this is a one-shot deal or we can do business with you in the future.
Yes, we can do business.
He's a good guy. I'll vouch for him, boss. Thank you. Thank you. You're great, man. I appreciate it. Boss said, if you can give me the order right now, give me the purchase order. We can go ahead. We'll commit to a 45-day project completion.
Excellent. Send over the paperwork. Let's go.
We got it, boss. Thank you. Boom. This is showbiz. This is theater. What am I doing? Do you know, how did I respond? And that was a great role play. Give Ben a little round there. That was that was good stuff. What was I doing to Ben as he was bringing up all his problems, his needs and greeds? Was I going into presentation mode? What was I exactly doing?
Going up in the yes ladder, getting micro commitments along the way.
Micro commitments, right? Somebody put that in the chat box. Somebody be my secretary. Micro commitments. By the way, if you have a question, put it in the chat box too. Felipe? Felipe is one of my superstars from Florida. What is a micro commitment?
It's something that gets us closer to to closing the deal. But of course, it builds up, and just like Claude said, there's a lot of acting in this. We have to create the right environment for the prospect to feel comfortable and not say, "Oh my God, Ben just sold me this." No, I bought this from Ben, and he did me a solid, and that's why you get the first commitment. It's, like the very first commitment you get is the commitment of time. Hey, listen, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You can ask me a few. At the end of it, we'll decide if it makes sense. And by the way, it's perfectly okay to say no. That's the first, micro commitment you get, that we're going to have an adult to adult conversation. And then of course, the next commitment, it's money. Okay, if I can solve that problem today in the next 30, 50 days, are you in a position where you can make this decision? Do you have the money to afford it?
You could even listen, I don't know if we can make that commitment right now, but if you found somebody who could do a deal for that price or that time frame, or give you a delivery day or whatever, these are the micro. What would you do next? How would you feel about that? These are the little baby step micro commitments that Felipe's talking about. You're not saying that you can do it. And maybe you can't. Mm-hmm. You get people who ask for crazy prices and terms and stuff, and you can't do it. But what's the smart guts investor do anyway, Felipe?
I mean, you're still uncovering what's the motivation, what's gonna take for this prospect to make a commitment today. They're going to have
Felipe, can I buy I know your house is selling for $300,000, but you couldn't do it for $250,000, could you?
Let me ask you this, Claude. Last time I checked, I didn't have a tattoo on my forehead that said schmuck, but I mean, you can always make an offer, but anyway, I mean, how did you arrive to that number? 250. That's awfully low.
I saw it on a bathroom wall at a Piggly Wiggly supermarket and everything like that. My buddy Luke Quinal told me about it.
Man, I gotta give him a call, man. He's actually. I've been finding Hey, Claudia. I've been finding my number and more than the bathroom stalls that I will want to.
Do the micro commitment, Claude. Just for if for some reason you found somebody who could do a $250, was crazy enough to do it for 250. What would you do next? Do you qualify for 250? Are you talking about all cash? You get more information. You know, you still don't want to do it for 250, but do you want to find out if he's pre-qualified? Does he have the cash? Is he the decision maker? Can he make the decision right now? If you got that offer for 250, what would you do next? Could you pull the trigger? And then you find out right away, maybe this guy's full of it. He's just busting you. You know, you're wasting time with the guy. So sometimes these little micro commitments can keep you in the conversation and give you the hard information you need.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's do, Claude, you couldn't do it for 250, could you?
Let me ask you this. I'm not saying I can, but let's pretend for a minute I'm that crazy and I can, you know, talk to my boss, which is AKA the wife, and I can get her to agree to sell you this place for 250. What would you do next?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on one second. Hey, Al, take over this role play for me for a second. Go ahead. Jump right in.
So Al, I can't do 250, man. It's too low.
Well, okay, so I'm the sales guy, right? Yeah.
I love the dramatic pause, by the way.
Here's the role play, Al.
Okay.
You're just busting him on price. You don't have 250. You can't qualify for 250. But you're just busting him right now. You're just wasting his time and manipulating the sale. Did you ever meet this character? They can't do the deal, but they just want to pick your brain and waste your time. That's who you are, Al. And Felipe's got to scope you out a little bit here.
So Claude, are you telling me that there are prospects out there that want to manipulate us and get free consulting and take us for a ride? Is that, because that's controversial?
That's the default system. Do prospects have a default system? Please, everybody say yes. Everybody nod your head. What we've all been prospects. What do we want when we're shopping for a car, an insurance policy, or whatever? And we don't know everything about. We're in the research mode. What do we want from these salespeople?
Free information.
As much free information as possible, right? But if you're the sales guy and you're getting a lot of garbage calls or making do you want to spend 45 minutes on the phone with somebody who doesn't qualify?
No.
Al, you want to jump back into that?
Sure.
Go for it.
So Alan, I appreciate your calling, and actually, you know, this place is worth well north of 300, and you know, that's okay. You're making an offer of 250, but I mean, again, let's pretend for a minute I was that crazy to even consider that offer. Are you in a financial position to pay for this place cash today, or are you pre-qualified? Do you have the credit?
Well, yeah, I've got funds.
Boost up your audio, Al. We barely can hear you. Is that a Dell computer or a HP?
No, okay, so hopefully
We can barely hear you.
We can barely hear you. I'm sorry, you're too weak. Sorry. Anybody want to step into Al's shoes there?
Except for Alan, because I'm gonna get destroyed if he does.
Super stroke.
Well, I have gee, Mr. Felipe, would you take 250 for that?
Let's say I could. Do you have that in cash liquid today, or do you have actually the credit that will and the income that will allow you to get this place for 250 if I was that crazy?
I don't know. I wasn't really prepared. I could look into it, and I could check my finances and get back to you in a little while.
When you say a little while, what do you mean? 30 days, 15 days?
I just got to, move some things around and do some checking and
what kind of things you need to move around, sir? I'm just help me understand. I'm trying to help you out here. You want to make an offer. I'm willing to sell at a discount. I'm all about being reasonable and fair, but let's just be two adults here. Do Do we have a money problem? Do you mind if you talk about money for a second?
Oh, there's no money problem. I've got an uncle in East Bumble, Ohio, and
I have an uncle
to
in Nigeria. He's waiting to get a wire for an inheritance that we just got $2 million. But
hey, be very careful. I'm related to royalty in Nigeria, and I got the letter to prove it.
okay, great. So now we have something in common. But
Brian, I love your smile, man. Has everyone received that letter?
they're getting more and more sophisticated, guys. Now it's like phone calls. It's like, this is the IRS calling. It's crazy, man. Just please don't fall for it. Full disclosure, they will never call you. They will never call you or request any of your information. So, but you see, Claude.
Off the role play, just what do you know right away? I'm doing something. I'm going to use my $10 word. Felipe and my other students know it. It's called an obfuscation. You ask a straightforward question. Do you like vanilla or chocolate? And then they start talking about everything else. No, I like chocolate chips on my ice cream, but I don't know which. And they don't give you the straight answer to an easy question. What does that tell you immediately when they obfuscate?
That they have something to conceal, or they're embarrassed to admit that there's no money.
How much time should you spend with them then?
3 minutes or less.
Yeah. That's the whole point of my little 3-minute timer. I got to get one here. I don't have one in North Carolina here. That's the whole point. How much? Thank you, Ben. That's the whole point. Why do we waste too much time doing free consulting? Who's guilty of that besides me? Okay. They ask the questions. That's their default system. They pick our brain. They try sometimes to make us, they're cross-examining us in a police station, okay? How do we regain control, get information, get micro commitments? I love that word. I'm going to steal it from you, Felipe. I'm going to make a video on that. How do we get that information from those micro commitments so that we can politely fire them? Do we have the right to fire a prospect? Should we?
It is our moral obligation, because otherwise they're going to be in, they get, and sometimes it's not that they're bad people. They, like Claude said, they have a system, but they're delusional. They think that they can qualify for something that it's just out of their league. And it's our responsibility as salespeople to say, like, you know what, sir, I understand you wanna get this beautiful $700,000 house. But unfortunately, we have a problem, like working at Chuck E. Cheese, living in your mom's basement and having a credit score of 450. It's going to be a challenge to get there. Like, let's try to reset the expectations and see, like something more realistic. I can point you on the right direction. You can repair your credit. And like when you fire a prospect without getting emotional, we don't, and just point them on the right direction to someone that actually can help them. You never know. They might, down the road come back, and when they're qualified, and you'll be their first call.
I have had
or refer you someone that is qualified.
I've had people come back to me years later. I kept them in my database. Does everybody here keep a prospect database in some form or another? Save those notes, save that information. Thank you for the thumbs up. Save that information. You might call them back, and then you don't have to go through the whole research project again. Hey, Mr. Let's see, who wants a Luke Quinal? Let's do one.
I have to log off, guys, because I have a call at 1:30. Just wanted to say hi. You guys are amazing. Hope to see you soon.
What's the weather? What's the weather report with that hurricane down there?
It's kind of cloudy. I mean, we got spared from the storm, so that's good. We were fortunate enough, so that's good.
Yeah. Luke, let's see. Luke Quinal, what was that role play we were going to just do? Where'd you go? There he is. We were just going to do a role play. Which one were we going to do?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. We'll do another one. So how fast do we need to learn to gain the information that we need?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, man. Can we do it in 3 minutes? Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10 minutes. We but we have to get that information. I have some role plays. I have a screen here with some role plays. Let's pick one. Okay. Here's a good one. You're too expensive. Here's one I hear every now and then. I need to pray on it. Here's the old famous, I need to think about it. How much is it? I'm meeting with other competitors. Send me your contract. That's a good one. Let's go to that one. Lou, could you send me your contract?
Yeah, Claude, I can send you a contract. What would happen?
Thanks. I'm real interested in the property and everything. Send me your contract and so I can take a look, see.
What is it? That's a really interesting question. What is it that you need from the contract? I mean, it's and if I were to send you that information, what would happen then?
Well, I'd look it over and I'll get back to you, sometime.
Oh, okay. So you get back to me. Are you? What do you mean by getting back to me? Are you like tomorrow, in an hour? What do you?
I don't know. It just depends what you put in there. The price, the terms, the costs, things like that, I guess.
So what you're telling me is that we're not going to be doing any kind of business today.
No, I didn't say that. Oh, okay. Time out, off the role play. This is
Okay.
where you got to get a little specific.
Okay.
And you can also close me at the same time or get a micro commitment we were talking about. Claude, what would you like? Here's the question asked. Claude, what would you like to see in that contract that I'm going to spend a couple hours putting together? And I send that to you. What would you like to see in that contract so we can make a commitment today?
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's go back in that role play.
All right. So Claude, what would you like to see in that contract if I send you that?
Well, I'd like to see a $200,000 purchase price, 30-day escrow. We split the closing costs, and we close by July 30th.
Oh, okay. So let me just understand it. $200,000 closing cost, 30-day escrow. You want to split the closing cost and then close on July 30th. Supposing I make that happen, what would happen then?
Okay. Yeah, we could move. I'd feel really good about that.
Okay.
What does that
So-
mean? Well, I'd feel good about it. Is that a commitment? Is that a BS commitment?
Yeah.
You know that's a BS commitment. But what is Lou doing brilliantly right now? What does he get? Is he closing me right now? Am I painted myself? You see, here's your biggest takeaway from today. Stalls and objections in role plays and in real sales are opportunities to close. If anything you remember from today, stalls and objections are opportunities to close. I gave Lou all that garbage. Lou turned it around. Well, suppose, I think is the word you used. So that's one of those wishy-washy. See, we can use wishy-washy hypothetical words from closing. Imagine for a moment, suppose, what if we could do this? What would you say to me next? Is he getting a commitment from me? Maybe he can't even do that deal, but is he getting that commitment? Or is he finding out I'm full of malarkey?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the way to go. Let's go back. Let's do another one. That was a good role play. Let's pick another one here. I should have set up a little wheel of fortune like Justin always does. Let's see here. Same thing. I want cash. I want cash, Alan. Alan, I want cash for this deal.
Wonderful. You're not alone, Claude. If I may ask, what would you need to get out of the house to make this deal happen?
Cash. Get the commitment from me first. First phone
Okay.
call. We're still just find out, get a commitment from me and find out if I'm full of it, if I'm the authority, if I can do the deal now. I'm just raising,
Okay.
you may not want to do a cash deal. You may want to do a lease purchase or owner finance, but get that little today's micro commitment Wednesday. Can we get
Okay.
that micro commitment?
Claude, suppose I was able to put out a cash offer to you. You wouldn't be ready to move forward today, would you?
Whoa, today, well, my uncle really is the one who owns this house. I'd have to check with him first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
About
great.
that.
Well, I don't mean to rush you, but I am kind of in a hurry to pick up my next investment property. What time can we get your uncle on the phone so we could get a decision today?
Well, he's in Tahiti right now at the Mai Tai Festival. But I'll give him a call and I'll get back to you, okay? Now, off the role play.
Okay.
Have we met this guy, this character? What am I doing right now? Am I backpedaling?
Yes.
Is this like poker? Anybody here play poker? Okay. What am I doing? What just happened when Alan said to me, well, what if I could give you the cash? Could we do a deal today? Would we make a commitment today? And what am I doing all of a sudden? I'm getting, what's the worst thing sometimes you could do to somebody? Okay, let's do the deal. Could we do the deal? Could we do the deal? Would you consider doing the deal? What if I sent you an offer all cash? What would happen next? Imagine for a moment. That's my favorite word. They'll either give you more information or answer it with another question, or they'll start backpedaling with the excuses and things like that. So important to qualify them up front, isn't it? It's a part of it is listening and knowing the right way to ask questions. Does anyone have a specific role play they'd like to do? Otherwise, I'll go back to my chart. Anybody have a role play that stumped them?
Yeah, I had a seller yesterday ask me, can you guarantee that after the 24-month term that you're going to be able to cash me out for the full asking price?
Okay, who wants to use what? Mohammed, you want to give it a shot? That's a good role play, Alan. You and Mohammed. But practice makes perfect, guys. Go ahead, Alan. Do that to Mohammed.
Yeah, I mean, after the 24 months term, can you guarantee that I'm going to get cashed out for $650,000 after that term?
I can guarantee.
Oh, okay, then it's over. Bye.
I got asked that question like I think 2 weeks ago, and that was exactly the same thing the seller said.
What do you think's the perfect answer based on the micro commitments that we've been talking about the last 20, 30 minutes? What do you think, just to see if there's interest there? How do we answer? How should you always answer a question with another
question?
Right. You're not saying you're going to give a guarantee. You're just saying, hey, if you got that guarantee that you're looking for, what would happen next? What do you want? You know, I'm glad you brought up that guarantee, Alan. Stroke. You know, you don't know me. We've never worked together. That's a nurture, by the way. I'm being honest, transparent. You know, we don't know each other. It's the first time we've spoken, and you're smart to be careful and ask for a guarantee. Let me write. What would you like to see in that guarantee? Let me write this down. What would you like to see in that guarantee, Alan?
Oh, that I'm going to get my $650,000 at the end of the term.
Okay, $650 at term. What else? Anything else?
Of course, I'm going to need something up front.
You need something up front. Let me write that down. You don't mind me writing this all down, do you? This is pearls, man. Thank you for being so forthcoming. This makes my job so much easier writing things. So I'm not a mind reader here. I know what you're talking about. This is great. Something up front. Okay. And anything else? That's only 2 things in the guarantee.
And that each monthly payment will be paid on time.
Monthly payments on time. That's very reasonable. I'm glad you're bringing that up. Nobody likes to chase their own money, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so those are the 3. That's it, right? So if you got the 650 terms, you got something up front, and you got the payments on time in writing and a guarantee, what would you say next?
I think we could do this.
I'm sorry, think?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'd have to see the paperwork, send it over.
Well, if it had everything you just said, you said you wanted a guarantee, you want 650, you want something up front, you want your payments on time. If you got that kind of a written offer with that kind of guarantee, would you be the authority figure, the decision maker to make that commitment right away today?
I have the authority to sign.
And make that decision today?
We should be able to, yeah.
Should?
Yeah, it should be.
I mean, should or can?
I can and we should be.
And who's we? I thought you were the sole decision maker. Who's the we? Is there somebody else in this process, sir?
Oh, it's usually me, myself, and I, but I like to pray about things first.
Okay, listen, let's pray right now. You want Buddha, Jesus, Moses? Who would you like? Muhammad?
I tell you what,
we have Muhammad's in the room.
Yeah, like I said, we should be able to do it. Send me the contract and we should be able to do it.
What do you need from me in order to get a yes?
The contract.
And if the contract reflects these guarantees, we're beating this dog to death, aren't we? If you got these three
this
things,
is how it is.
Okay, this is it. And I might not be able even to give these guarantees, but what am I doing right now with Alan?
Micro commitments.
Yeah. I'm getting it. So what, even if I know I can't do this, am I trying to he's still being wishy-washy. What does that tell me, guys? What is that telling me? He can't, even with all his little guarantees, which I may or may not give him, I might have to go back to negotiation. He still is using those maybe, could, shoulds, we'll get our highest consideration, all that stuff. What is that telling me?
He's not motivated enough.
He's not motivated. He doesn't have the authority, doesn't have the money, or he's playing me for information or a copy of my contract. What should I do next? Should I go ahead and spend an hour or two writing up an agreement and send it to him, and then he goes in and goes on the witness protection plan? What should I do? What's a guts move here?
Confirm.
Confirm, baby. If you don't get the confirmation written in stone at this point, even if you can't do it, it's time to fire the prospect or use a little bit of what we call scarcity. Is it okay, an authority? Is it okay to step on their toes a little bit when we're doing these role plays?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want, what happens to the prospect, the salesperson who's, we talk about this all the time, who's subservient to the needs of the prospect? The salesman who's subservient to the needs. Oh, we can do anything you want. Oh, wait, I'll set myself on fire. Don't worry. You need I'll throw it in the contract. I'll put everything in, and then they just go. What is that? What subliminal, subconscious message are you sending to that prospect about the way you do?
They don't take you serious.
They don't take you serious. They're not going to respect you. And why do they use, do you notice that, do you think sometimes that they unconsciously use these wishy-washy words because they know they can't make a commitment?
They automatically program.
They're automatically programmed. Well said. Absolutely. So we've got to get it. We need specific commitments when we're doing these role plays with people, even if we know we can't do it, because there's another rule. It's in my book, Guts Books of a Book of Rules. If any of you guys want it, send me an email. I'll send you my Guts Book of Rules. You don't even have to pay for it on my webpage. I don't know what it is, 99 bucks, says mentor@mac.com. I'll send you a free copy of my Guts Book of Rules. And that one rule I'm thinking of right now is the we can fix it later rule, which is a negotiation rule. It's, to me, it is more important to get information and get commitment than it is to give the intellectual presentation. Why? This is heavy shit today. This is good stuff.
To see if they're going to be serious or not.
Yeah. Do we waste too much time talking to people, free consulting, getting in our car, driving around? When you use scarcity, say, look, sir, I'm so busy. Oh, Al, I am so busy. I'm running all around. You're the 10th person to call me today. I've got a closing. I've got a property inspection. I'd love to do business with you, but you keep saying maybe and probably. What do I need to do to get you to yes here? Because I'd love to do business with you. I've made a decision, in fact. What can we do to get to yes today? Or if you can tell me to get lost, then I'll leave you alone. You pick, Al.
Can you hear me?
You put that scary
fix that
mindset.
mic.
Claude, you're making it seem like you're busy and you really don't have time.
That's
Let's see if we
called
can
play.
make something.
That's right.
Let's see if we can make something happen today.
Right. We're part therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. The other part, we're actors. We play a role. Why do we play that role of a busy, successful, professional person? Why do we play that role?
So they don't miss out the opportunity.
So they want us even more, right?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Some people, we've all heard the expression takeaway.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying to be disingenuous or manipulative here, but if you act, we all say we're professionals, right? Don't we all say, I'm a professional real estate investor? How should a successful, what is the image, the acting of a successful professional person? How should you act? Oh, I got all the, hey, Mohammed, I got all the time in the world, ma'am. Oh, you want to talk? Ask me anything you want. I'll stay here. You know, I can make a bologna sandwich, answer all your questions as much, whatever you need, man. What are you saying to that guy?
He's not assertive.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
I'm not, I get the feeling he's not assertive.
Yeah. Do you think you need to be, if you, I was told the story of my dentist, okay? I like to get my teeth cleaned every 3 months. I've got to make that appointment with my dentist 2 to 3 months in advance, usually. That's how busy she is. Do you think I'm ever going to miss that appointment?
Definitely not.
What is that? What is the message she sends me that she is that busy? And she really is. But what's the message she's sending me?
She's making you see that she's very busy. So her time is just very essential to her. So you're going to take her seriously.
Exactly. Let's do a different role. Anybody else have a role play they'd like to do? Otherwise, I'm going to pick from the list here. Let's pick a good one. Anybody?
I got a role play. Sulla just told me that, you know, right now, since the market is actually on fire, I really want to sell, but I don't got nowhere to go.
Okay, you must have brought that up for a reason, sir. Help me out.
You know, I really need to sell, but just the market, I've been looking around trying to find another property. I just can't find it, but I need to sell it right now. I don't know if you could help me out.
I don't understand, sir. Just call up a realtor or sell it, right? The market's hot, sell it. What's the problem?
Yeah,
I don't understand. I'm missing something. Off the role play, just sorry to interrupt, Jimmy, but 3 of the most important word in sales.
I don't know.
Who said that?
Me.
I don't know. Put that on your Post-its by your thing. When you answer when they ask you questions, and you know the answer, but you want more information, don't we? Don't we want to create more EQ, emotional quotient? We want more information. The best answer you can give, could you help me? Hey, Ben, could you help me out? I don't exactly know what you mean. I just don't know. I'm not sure if I understand exactly what you're asking me. Can you help me here?
Well, you know, the market's on fire, everything's at top dollar. If I sell to you, I don't, what's my gain? I got to go somewhere else and pay a bunch of money. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Nothing's available.
Well, then why move? Maybe you shouldn't move. Now we go into something very important. We go into reverse psychology, redirection. This is the most powerful thing I teach in the psychology of persuasion. Listen carefully. Then what, you know what? Don't sell the home. You've been in that home, what, 5, 10, 20 years? The kids grew up in it. It's a nice neighborhood. It's appreciation. You don't even want to sell it, right?
Well, I do, because I'll get top dollar. I mean,
Oh, well, but if you wait 5, 10 years, you'll get even more money. What's the rush?
I think, but they also say that the market's going to level out any minute here or drop. So
You never know. You know, I got a magic 8 ball, and it's right once in a while. You never know, right? Property's good. Is the property worth more than what you paid for it 20 years ago?
Oh yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to go up in value. So maybe you just want to keep it, hold off for a while, not worry about moving to another place, right? I mean,
Maybe.
Now, let me ask you this before I go. Everybody hear the scarcity? Suppose I was willing to do a deal with you today, write up a contract, give you everything you need. And maybe I work with a great realtor, property manager. What kind of property? And I can help. My brother-in-law is a super realtor. Suppose I could help you get into another place 30 days after we close.
Do you think you could help me get into another place?
Let's pretend I could. What would you say to me next?
Send it over.
What?
That's what I need. That's what I need.
Which means?
Let's do business.
I don't know what that is. Is that yes? Help me out here. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Boom. That was a good role play. Sometimes, when we talk with a prospect, we want to just say yes. We want to answer all their questions. I did redirection, role reversal. This is tough, spontaneous. Have you ever heard anybody do this where it's almost taking it away from him? Oh, you don't want to sell. You don't want to buy right now, do you? What does that force the prospect to do when you go in the unexpected direction?
To try to sell you the property.
What does that force the prospect to do, though? When you're saying, hey, man, you're wrong. You don't want to do this. What do they have to do? What's the word?
They start to open up to like let you know, hey, I need to sell. Why you don't want to sell why you don't want to buy it? I'm going through some problem. This gonna start opening up, which it started to slowly happen in the conversation.
This is called justification. They will now justify. Oh, I'll show him. Listen, I have to sell that home because I need the money because I'm starting a soccer team and raising Chihuahua farm. And they're going to start justifying why they made that decision. Another word for justification is getting to the truth. Do we need this information? Do we need to get to the truth? Or should we give the long PowerPoint presentation for 15, 30, 40 minutes and then find out they're not the decision maker, they don't have the money or whatever? Isn't that the way 99% of the way people sell? Oh, yes. Let me tell you about lease purchasing. It's the best thing since the English muffin. And they give all this information. But in Guts, we do things differently. We go in the opposite direction. In order to get the information, get the level of commitment, the EQ, qualify them substantially, make them justify or get to the truth of their decisions. This is what makes your selling so powerful. Good stuff today. Good stuff. You guys are triggering my memories here. The redirection, reverse psychology is one of the most important things you can do. Just so you don't have to do mind. We think we're mind readers, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't we think we're mind readers? We think, oh, yes, we know what they're thinking. Are we? No, of course not. Okay. But we have to if we get enough information, then we know how to sell them. But first we get those little micro commitments that we talk so much about. Get the micro commitments, get the information. Now we go into the intellectual. We go to the third step of the gut sales method on the little staircase, the commitment to close. Because now we know how to sell them. Good stuff, huh? This is the stuff, it's maybe I'm throwing too much at you guys too fast. This is the stuff that can make you free the rest of your life. If you're selling a good product or service, I know most of you in real estate, but if you're selling life insurance, cars, Amway shampoo, Chihuahua dog cleaning service, if you know how to speak to people and ask the right questions and do the right things at the right time, you got a blank check in front of you the rest of your life.
Claude, I got a question.
Sure.
I'm much more of like a, and all these are great word tracks and that kind of stuff. What is like the formula? Like someone throws whatever, objection, we got redirection, there's isolation, isolate the objection, there's reverse psychology, micro commitments. What's kind of the path, no matter what they kind of throw at you, what's kind of the path that you take them through to like overcome X objection, whatever it might be?
Well, I always go back. I always go back to the 3 steps in the gut sales method, and it's on the back of my book, How to Sell with Guts. That's on my webpage, claudediamond.com. See how I sneakily segued right to my webpage? It's just slid it right in there. You've got to have a system first in your mind. And I've made guts simple on purpose. Agenda, qualification, commitment to close. Then there's those are steps, like on a staircase. Then there's what we call baby steps. What do we set the agenda for? What do we qualify them for? How do we overcome those objections and get a micro commitment to the close? We have to learn how to ask questions the right way. Now, you know, somebody asks, some people know how to ask questions. Some people make you feel like they're trying to invade your privacy. Okay, and you got to be careful. You want to blend in that stroking and nurturing. I usually start, depending on the type of call, if it's a cold call or a follow-up call that I haven't done for a long time, I'm going to use the pattern interrupts. Mr. Brian, why are we talking today? Help me out. I'm a little confused here. Are you looking to buy or sell? Can you help me, please? Sir, what are you looking to do today? What would you like to see happen?
I'm looking to.
Oh. No, wrong Brian. There's more than one.
I'm looking to sell.
Oh, you're looking to sell. Why don't you give it to a realtor or somebody like that, or just put a for sale sign on your lawn?
Well, it's pretty expensive, and you know.
It is. It is. How much is your home, if you don't mind me asking?
400,000.
400,000 at 6% commission. That'd be $24,000, I think, right? That's a lot of money. So you're looking to sell your home. This is your. Can I ask you just a couple of quick questions, and then I'm going to make you an offer. And you can ask me a few questions, and you can either tell me to get lost, I won't bother you anymore, or maybe we can find a way to do business today. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, as long as you're not going to lowball me.
When you say lowball, what do you mean? I'm not sure if I understand. I'm off the role play. Do I know what lowball means? Does everybody know? Everybody knows what that means. But what did I do on purpose?
Trying to get more info.
Trying to get more info. Stop being a mind reader. Sometimes can we play like the guy who doesn't know all the answers? Do you think that's a good role to play sometimes? I know we're supposed to get them to like and trust us, but do you think there are certain micro moves we can make? I'm not sure if I understand. Can he resist answering a question if I say I need help?
Yeah, no.
He could
help you out.
He could, but Jimmy, if I saw you on the street, excuse me, sir. Oh, what a beautiful thing. Sir, I'm lost. Do you know how do I find Joe's restaurant? Are you local here? Can you help me?
Yes, Joe Local. Matter of fact, you just passed it. It's
I see that. Oh, great. Thank you, sir. Is the food good there? I heard it's a good place to eat.
Sir, the place is immaculate. It's amazing. It seems like you bring your whole family along with you, right?
What happens when we act helpless, lost, we need help, we don't have all the answers? What's human nature? Everything about guts.
I come to save you, help you out.
Can human beings resist? Some people can. If you want to initiate a conversation with somebody in any situation who's a stranger, I do it all the time. I talk to strangers all the time. Oh, excuse me. Where do you know where the soup is? I'm looking for Candle's chicken noodle soup. I've made 3 laps around this super Walmart. I can't find. I'm sorry. Can you help me? Do you know this store? What do people love to do when you act helpless? What do they, if they know the answer? What do they love to do?
Act smart and try to help you.
You see anybody with a dog? You want to start a conversation with somebody you're attracted to, somebody like that, and they have a dog. What could you say to them to start a conversation?
Wow, you got you a nice Chihuahua. Is that a Chihuahua? I don't want to make it. I don't want to call it a bad name, a wrong name. Is that a Chihuahua?
No, that's a Chihuahua. Yeah, that's the special Newark, New Jersey Chihuahua. It's a special breed. It's a great dog.
How long you own that dumb dog? Man, I like the color.
Oh yeah, I've had it for 3 years. It's really nice. Boom. You can initiate a conversation with anybody Brian, I don't know if this is where you were going, but can we initiate conversations, control the tempo, get somebody so that they're getting emotionally involved with us, so we can have a longer than have we all had those short, Brian, those really short conversations? Well, go to my Zillow page, call up my realtor, goodbye, click.
Yeah.
What's good? Can you do a creative real estate deal with someone who's treating you like that?
What do you
Brian?
say to that guy? Like, what, the guy that says,
Let's
yeah,
roll play. Go ahead. Be that stinker.
well,
Hello.
everything's on the Zillow page. Did you look at the Zillow page?
I did, but you know what? I'm having trouble here. Maybe you could help me because I'm very interested in your property. It didn't say how many bidets you have in that house.
Bidets. This is the U.S. We don't have bidets over here.
No. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Do you think there's enough? Do you think there's enough room to put in a bidet in the master bathroom?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I have 8 daughters, and they were raised in France, and they all love bidets.
God help you.
This is the beauty of role plays. You can make up any shit you want.
That's true.
Okay. What am I doing, Brian? Can you help me? I don't know. You ask a question. You stroke, so I'm so sorry to bother you. Sorry. So I bet you get a lot of phone calls, but I'm very interested. Say the one thing that might turn his attitude, though. I'm very interested in your property and making an offer to you today. Is there anything wrong with that? Can you make an offer today? Sure. He may not accept it. He may not like it. It may not be the right offer. But when you say to somebody, I'm interested, I'd like to make you an offer today, do you gain their attention? We're in the attention business, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Give me another one, Brian. You did that too well. Give me a different one. Be a stinker here.
I don't know. But well, why don't you just go to a bank? Like, why are you asking me to finance this stuff?
It's a good question, and maybe that's not. Some people like it because imagine for a moment you get all that cash and then you put it in the bank at 1% interest. Some people, imagine this, get 6, 7, 8% interest if they do owner finance. That a tremendous return on top of their money, and it's guaranteed and secured. You're not interested in that, though, right?
Not really. I mean, then what if you don't pay? Then there's lawyers involved, and we got all this stuff and
Good
paperwork.
point. You know what? Good for you for bringing that up, sir, because that could happen. You don't know me. You don't know the content of my character. If there were certain guarantees in place that you would be paid on time, that you would have security, that if there were guarantees to your substantial certainty, your comfort level, that could be constructed in this deal. That wouldn't make a difference, would it?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I never really considered it. And
let's pretend you did.
Yeah, I'd be open to it, I guess. I'd
want to see. You're a gentleman. Thank you, sir. Boom. Here's a rule, another rule. It's in my Guts book of rules. It's over when you say it's over. Go down with a fight. Who usually hangs up the phone first? The prospect. Well, I'm busy right now. Call me later. I don't want to do this kind of. And the prospect, I'll think about it. And the prospect and the salesman hangs up. Can't we go down with a fight sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll think about your offer. No, sir, you're not allowed to. Oh, let's do that role play. Come on. Brian, I want to think about this. It's a good offer, man. Let me think about this, okay?
Wait, what do you want me to do?
Whatever you'd like. What do you think is the Guts response to here? I'll show you my.
Let
me show you guys.
You're not allowed to think about it, sir. We talked about this in the beginning that that's not an option. So what's kind of holding you back here? Like what's causing you? How can we get you to think about it to yes?
To tell you the truth, I got another offer that might be coming in on Friday for more money.
Might be.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. So one guy called me up. He sounded pretty interested, and he wants to pay like $25,000 more than you. I think I just want to hold off till Friday and see if he can come across, come across with that extra money.
Well, Claude, I'm, as I said at the beginning of the call, I'm looking to deploy, and get something here in the next day or two. Why is that guy waiting until Friday? Why not make an offer today?
Well, he said he has to do some research and check with his bank and look under his mattress. And he has a hidden diamond mine behind the septic tank. He said all these things.
Gotcha. Well, what if someone could, someone like me can make you an offer today and it's for real, what would you say then?
I'd say, well, I'll think about, okay, off the role play. This is where you want to use scarcity.
Okay.
Draw a line in the sand right now and tell me, hey, look, buddy, I'm busy. I'm making you an offer. Would you like a sure thing, or you want a possible maybe, never hear from this guy again Friday? Because I'm only making this offer once, and I'd love to do business with you, but I don't have time to play game. That's the role I want you to play. Go ahead. Well, can't we wait till Friday, Brian?
Claude, I'm pretty busy here. As I said at the beginning of the call, I'm looking to buy something today. Are you interested in a sure thing, in entertaining that, or kind of the thing that might happen on Friday? It's up to you. It falls in your court.
Off the role play, more assertive.
Okay.
This is called gut. More assertive. Say, look, I don't have time to play around. You're a nice guy. Give me a little stroke. Don't bully me. There's a delicate balance between assertiveness and bullying. You got to blend it with a little stroke and nurturing. But tell him, look, I'm so busy. And everything. I like your property, but I don't have the time. Take it away from me. Be assertive while you're nurturing me. It's a delicate thing, these words, aren't they? Go ahead. One more time. Close me.
Hey, Claude, I can appreciate, that you want to get, kind of the best offer and that kind of stuff. But, I'm really busy. And, as I said at the beginning of the call, I'm looking to buy something today. So, what's kind of the better thing for you, the thing that might happen on Friday, or an offer from me that can get this taken care of today?
I mean, yeah, it sounds, yeah, maybe getting it. Friday's only today's Wednesday. It's only 2 more days away. You mean you can't wait till Friday?
No, I'd probably be on to some other property and picking that up with my money. So, it's up to you and yeah.
More. Give me more of that. Be more assertive. You're busy. You're rich. You don't have time for BS. Go okay. Come on, crank it down.
I'm really busy, and I want to get something locked down today, and with somebody that I can help and that wants to get it, their property sold today. So, where are you at on that?
Well, you mean if we can't do this today, it's over?
Most likely, there's 2 other properties I'm considering, and I like yours.
Not most likely. So
sorry,
yeah,
there's 2 other properties I'm looking at. I like yours a little better than the other 2, but I have no problem going with the other 2 at the same time. So yeah, odds are my money won't be available on Friday. So.
Oh wow, you're putting me under a lot of pressure.
I can appreciate that. That's not my intention. I just, I got to do things, that I got to do on this end, and I got to get this money deployed and all that. So I don't mean to pressure you, but it kind of is what it is.
It is good role play. Excellent role play. That was a good one. Okay, that's when you sound like that to a prospect who's a little wishy-washy, or he's waiting for the magic fairies to appear on Friday. This is when assertiveness is not a dirty word. You might even want to do, here's a little bit of a subliminal command that I give people sometimes. Sir, you know what's going to happen when you get off this phone? You're going to have regrets. And that's a shame. You're going to get off this phone and you're going to say to yourself, you know what? I just had a serious guy who's ready to do business with me, and I just blew it. And he said, if I don't oh, wow, maybe I should have done that deal. Why do I feel that way, sir? Why do I feel you're going to have all these regrets? It's powerful.
Okay.
Yeah. It's powerful, isn't it? When you go to them and you tell them how they're going to feel when they get off the phone. You're still on the phone. You're still selling, but you're telling them, you're giving them a command. almost a hypnotic command. Sir, this is what's going to happen. This is how you're going to feel. Can you see it in your mind? Can you see that check for what we're talking about? It's going right in the shredder. Can you see that? How you're going to have such, you sure? Before I go, last chance.
Or you could relate it back to, in this situation, to the guy that, you know, what's going to happen on Friday when this guy, you know, goes in the witness protection program and doesn't call you, doesn't answer your calls. And then, you know, I bought a different property, you know, you're going to regret that at that point.
Exactly. Tell stories. We're in the storytelling business. Okay. We've got to tell these stories. We've got to ask questions. We've got to get information. Sales is about learning everything you can about persuasion. We've talked about 10 different techniques here today. Good thing I talk fast, right, guys? Fast talking.
Right.
But the thing about it is, this is so different than the traditional show and tell that everybody else is doing. This is actually taking skills and practicing and just learning how to be a superior guts persuader. And you have a lot more fun when you have these dialogues with people and you know the move to make. Absolutely. Hey, you guys are great. Did we learn something today? Was it good?
It was
Yes.
awesome.
I need a few accolades here. I'm sorry, I'm insecure today.
It was awesome, like always.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Claude.
Thank you. I love sales. And if I'm the former world's worst salesperson, if I can learn how to sell, you can learn how to sell. And it makes such a difference in the way you feel about yourself, your confidence level, and the money you make. My name is Claude Diamond. My webpage is claudediamond.com. I do answer my own phone. Learn sales and everything will change for you, because it did for me. Guys are great. Thank you. Victor Walker, I believe, will be back next week. We miss Victor. So I'll see you all next week. Give good phone, guys.
All right, thanks.
Take care.
Thanks, Claude.